So we have these three different groups for the departments, but we actually know exactly who is going to be taking this survey. We have a list of folks. So while self-identifying might be needed for different survey use cases and is very, very helpful if you did want to easily compare the results against one another, so sales versus engineering versus customer support, you would want to keep those into the survey design. But in this case, we're not really looking for that. And because it's already known information that we have, we don't need them to actually answer this question. So we'll move forward with deleting this. And we're going to look at distributing the survey right now with just the web link. So the idea is you're using some sort of other tool to essentially send out the survey. MailChimp is a very popular one, but any other type of tool that supports a mail merge feature in order for us to use this logic option here. So if you select logic, and then we have custom variables, it's currently off. So the first thing would be to actually incorporate this variable in order for us to capture that department information. So in this case, let's give the variable name as a department. The label is an option. This is a little bit, it's a bit easier for the analysis to keep it the same. Let's go ahead and hit save. All right. So now that department has been created as a custom variable, and you can create multiple custom variables. There isn't actually a hard limit, but a URL should not actually exceed about 2,000 characters. So just to kind of keep that in mind, depending on the length of your entire URL. We can go to publish survey. And you'll see this now is going to be appended at the end of the URL here. So we have department and we have that value. So again, there's nothing within SurveyMonkey that will automatically insert the value into a custom field. This is something that other tools can do, or as an example, you can use, let me see here. You would be able to use a formula in, say, Google Sheets to actually append that custom variable to the link of your survey. So this will kind of help automate it, but again, depending on the different tools that are used, it will do that automatically with other email options. So now that we have the custom variable set up, we know that the three different departments have three different sections or the different questions that are related to them. We can now incorporate that rule in advanced branching. So again, we'll go to page logic, advanced branching logic, new rule. We'll select the condition of this new custom variable for department is exactly, and we'll do sales. The actions here would then be to show the specific sales related question. Another new action that has been added into the SurveyMonkey platform is the redirect to URL at the survey end. So as mentioned, whatever that last rule that has been met for the respondent, that's the URL that they would see. So if you wanted to move them forward at the end of the survey to a specific website, you would be able to do that. Otherwise, on the collector itself, on the web link, you can specify a new URL or like the same URL for everyone if you prefer to keep it all the same. We also have the ability, very similar that you would find on the question and on the page, where you can skip, you can end survey, and you can disqualify the respondent. So again, if you're looking at, say, maybe a market research purpose, or if there's an age restriction, you would be able to end the survey and essentially have that respondent, the response tagged as disqualified, to make it easy for you to clean the data set and get what you need from your survey analysis. And if you have entire sections that you'd like to show or hide based off of any of these conditions, you would be able to do that pretty easily as well with the hide page and show page options. Hide answer is great if you do have different questions that need to be hidden. So say if sales, engineering, customer support all need to see the same question, but maybe have different answer choices be hidden because it's not applicable to them, you would be able to actually do that as well. And we have invalidate question. So if you wanted to set up a specific rule where a question needs to be, it needs to have a specific answer or a different error message in order for you to give them more information, you would be able to essentially stop them from moving forward in the survey and provide them a very specific error message, which is not currently available on the question itself. All right. So I'm going to save that sales rule, and I'm going to select the drop-down option here to duplicate. And I'll update this for engineering. And I will do the same for our last option, which is the customer support. And the reason for this is because if we do not have all of our rules incorporated and saved into the platform, because the conditions, there are no conditions, all of the questions are going to, again, be visible by default. Once adding this rule, it will make them no longer visible until the condition has been met. Save rule and apply. All right. So now if we were to preview this, and we were to go through the questions here, you will actually see, as we scroll down here, after this, what improvements would you suggest? We no longer have those follow-up questions for sales, engineering, customer support because we have hidden them. So while this preview option is fantastic with testing your survey for other use cases, if you have this advanced branching rules placed on a question rather than the custom variable, you're not getting the actual experience that a respondent would. So it's very important for you to then go back to publish survey. Let's go to edit settings here. So web link 1, we could actually update this name and call it testing. For test collectors, we typically would select on for multiple responses. This allows you to take the survey multiple times from the same device in order to test this. Otherwise, it's cookie-based, so if you have taken the survey once and multiple responses is off, you would not be able to take it from the same device. The cookies would track that. The other thing to keep note of would be this option here of cutoff date and time. So this is super, super helpful if you just want to set it and forget it, if there is a hard deadline for you to close your survey. Survey end page, it's always on the default end page, which should be a SurveyMonkey end page. And if you want everyone to go to a specific URL at the end of your survey, you can redirect to a URL and insert the specific URL that you'd like them to visit. And when multiple responses are on, you're going to see that you have this option to loop to start and allow another response. So this is really helpful if you have a situation where there's a tablet involved and you're walking around collecting feedback. or maybe for a forms use case and it's a registration, and at the end of the survey, you just want the survey to repeat again, you would be able to select that option. You'll see that it is not an option if we select off for multiple responses. All right. So now if we were to copy this URL, paste, and then update the department value with sales as an example, we can now move forward with testing out the survey. Right. And now you can see here, we have that for sales question appear. So that worked out well.